Hi, I am Antaryami and welcome to my channel. In this video, I will introduce the concept of population ecology. So let's start. A population is a group of individuals of the same species that inhabit a given area. That means population always belong to the individuals of the same species. The population have structures such as density, which represents the numerical strength, proportion of individuals in various age classes or their population structure, and spacing of individuals related to each other or their distributions. So population is always defined by the number of individuals that compose it. Population grow or decline by changes in those numbers. The process that change the size of populations are birth, deaths and movement into or out of the population, that is immigration or migration. Now, what are individuals in a population? Individuals in a population can be of two different types, that is either unitary organisms or modular organisms. So what are unitary organisms? In unitary organisms, the whole form of organisms and their program of development from the moment when sperm fuses with an egg is predictable and determinate. For example, it includes all of the animals. For example, a spider, which is determined to give 8 legs whether it is in juvenile stage or in the old stage. That is, an individual spider has 8 legs. A spider that lived a long life would not grow more legs. Now, modular organisms grow by repeated production of modules, that is leaves, coral polyps, etc., and almost always form a branching structure. Example: trees, shrubs, herbs, corals, sponges and many other marine invertebrates. So we can see the trees and corals, they form the branches and these are termed as modules. Both their structures and their precise organism of development are not predictable but indeterminate. So it is not determined earlier. Now, technically, to study the population of modular organism, we must recognize two levels of population structure. One is genette and another is module or ramette. So, the genette describes the genetic individual that is produced by sexual reproduction, whereas the modules or ramette describes the clones or asexually produced from the genette. For example, a plant can produce its clones by either stolon process or by rhizome process or through root. So practically, ramettes are often counted as individual members of the population. So what are the characteristics of the population? All populations share several characteristics. The first is their distribution. The distribution of population describes its spatial location, that is the area over it occurs. Distribution is based on the presence or absence of the individuals. Then next is the abundance. Abundance defines the size of the population, that is the number of individuals in the population. Then next is the population density, which represents the number of individuals per unit area. Besides population density, there is another term, ecological density, which is different from population density, as ecological density represents the number of individuals per unit of available living space. Then we can discuss the patterns of distribution. So on small scale, individuals within population are distributed in patterns, that is they may be random, uniform or regular or clumped. So in these figures we can see that three different type of distribution. First one is random, where an individual has an equal probability of occurring anywhere in an area. In regular, we can see that individuals are uniformly spaced throughout the environment, whereas in clumped, individuals live in areas of high local abundance separated by areas of low abundance. In random distribution, there is neutral interaction between individuals as well as between individuals and local environment. That's why their distribution is very random, or they can occupy any area in the environment. Whereas in regular or uniform distribution, there is an antagonistic interaction between the individual, which leads to local depletion of resources, and they limit themselves to a particular location. Whereas in clumped distribution, there is an attraction between individuals or attraction of individuals to a common resource, which form the clumped nature of the population. Next, how we can determine the density of the population. So, population size or abundance is a function of population density and the area that is occupied, that is geographical distribution. So, the population size is equal to density into area. When both distribution and abundance are small, as in case of many rare and endangered species, a complete count may be possible. So if there is only few individuals in a particular geographical location, then we can easily count all of them. That in most cases, however, density must be estimated by sampling population. A method of sampling used widely in the study of population of plants and sessile animals involves the quadrates or sampling units. From sampling units, mean density was calculated and then multiplied with the total area to estimate the population size over that area. The accuracy, however, influenced by the manner in which individuals are spatially distributed. For example, in this figure we can see three different types of distribution. First one is random, second one is uniform, and third one is clumped. For example, each of the above population contains 16 individuals each. If we divide each population into 4 sampling units and choose one at random, our estimate for the density also varies with these distribution patterns. For random population, the estimates are 20, 20, 16 and 8 because there is a mean density of 5 each in first and second quadrant, 4 in third quadrant and 2 in fourth quadrant in the random distribution. Whereas for uniform, any sampling unit gives correct estimate with 16 because all the 4 units they have 4 individuals each. For coupled population, however, the estimates are 32, 20, 0 and 12 because in first quadrant there are 8 individuals, in second quadrant there are 5 individuals and in the last quadrant there are 3 individuals, and in the third quadrant there is no individual. That's why it is 0 and 12 in the third and fourth. In case of clump distribution, where clumping is a result of habitat heterogeneity, ecologists may choose to use the index of ecological density for the specific area or habitat in which the species is found. Where, as for mobile populations, animal ecologists using other sampling methods. One of the widely used technique is capturing, marking and recapturing individual within a population, generally known as mark recapture technique, where the individuals were first captured, then marked and then released to mix with the population, then again they were recaptured for the analysis of entire population or estimation of entire population. Capture recapture or mark recapture methods are based on trapping, marking and releasing a known number of marked animals, capital M, into the population, that is capital N. After the giving the marked individual an appropriate period to mix with the rest population, some individuals are again captured from the population, that is small n. Some of the individuals caught in the second period will be carrying marks, that is they are recaptured and hence denoted as capital R, and other will not. If we assume the ratio of mark to sample individual in the second sample, that is small n by capital R, represents the ratio of the entire population, capital N by capital M, we can compute an estimates of population using following relationship. That is, capital N by capital M is equal to small n by capital R. That is, the ratio of total population to the marked individuals is equal to total population in the second sample divided by recaptured population. So from this relationship, the total population size, that is capital N, can be calculated as capital N is equal to small n, which is number of population in the second sampling, multiplied by M, that is marked individual, divided by recaptured marked individual, that is capital R. We can explain the mark recapture technique in an example. Suppose that in sampling a population of rabbits, a biologist capture and take 39 rabbits, that is marked M, from the population capital N. After release, the ratio of the number of rabbits in the entire population to the number of tagged or marked rabbit is capital N by capital M. That is, the marked rabbit, they are now released into the population. During the second sampling period, the biologist capture 15 tagged rabbits, that is R, and 19 unmarked one. So the total population will be 15 plus 19 is equal to 34 in the second sampling period, that is small n. So the estimates of the population size capital M is calculated as capital N is equal to small n, that is the sampling population in the second period, into marked individual in the first time, divided by the recaptured marked individuals. In that, this is 34 into 39 divided by 15, which equals to 88. So the estimated population of this population is 88. This simplest method, the mark single recapture, is known as Lincoln-Peterson Index of Relative Population Size. It depends on number of assumptions, such as sampling is random, that is, every individual have equal probability of capture. Marked individuals distributed themselves in the population randomly so that second sampling will accurately represent the population. So if the sampling is random and if the marked individual they segregated in the population randomly, then only this assumption can be useful. I hope this video will help you to understand the basic concepts in population ecology, and in my further videos also I will add some more concepts related to population ecology. For that, please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.